Hello, you hardcores. How are you doing? Big P here. You know, you know. Big shout out to all them that are liking and subscribing, leaving a comment. Thank you very much. Hope you like the profile picture. I thought I'd change it. Thought I'd put one up just to remind everybody what a great singer-songwriter Flex Ingle is. You know, you get up in the morning in your mid-50s and you say, today I'm going to write a song called Looking for Fast Car Eddie, and I'm going to pay out my own money to have it produced and put out there because I'm a rimmer. Is that right, Flex? I just thought I'd remind everybody about that song that you wrote. When people keep going on about rimming, you know, the Gad, Sam Jones, and all them lot, nobody can top your rimming, Flex, can they? Actually digging in your own pocket and writing a song about Fast Car Eddie. You couldn't do a cover version of some old Barbara Streisand song, could you, Flex? You had to do one, writing a song about Eddie. Well, what about writing a song about Frank Warren? Why don't you do that now and go full hog? Write a song about Frank Warren and call it Looking for Frank's Dint. Because his dint signed out on his forehead. You know what I mean? Every now and then it goes into like a big hole, doesn't it? But it looks smoothed out at the moment. Probably because he's on such a roll at the moment, Bricktop, that everything's bouncing off him. He's like Batfink, isn't he? Hey? He is untouchable, but Eddie's on slide. But he just had a good show at weekend, Eddie. Well done, Eddie. Even a pig can find a truffle, though. I have a fridge full here. But yeah, Flex. Go write a song about Frank Warren. You could call it, why do they call Frank Warren Bricktop? Could be anything like that, Flex. But looking for Fast Car Eddie, who'd want to look for him? Who'd want to look for him? Unless you wanted to take a dare. Did you want to take a dare, Dom? Ooh. Hey, no wonder you're single. Pop, pop, bang. Lee Wood against Warrington. We have to give Flex a bit of credit here because Lee Wood were dead and buried until he went to Ingles, and they did get him on right track, and then they obviously went a bit tits up. But it's the fighter in the ring, and people keep saying, will he rematch Warrington? Will he? Listen, Warrington and his stepdad, Big Sean, aka Bagpuss, they've already played their hand, haven't they? They've got the begging bowl out. Then the old man's thrown a wobbler, going on about referees being paid off and not getting a fair shake, slagging board off, and just about everything else. What Big Sean don't understand is there's about 4 or 5 moles hanging around that team, and they're all going to tell tales. So just keep your pile shut. Scheme, not scream, Big Sean. Scheme, not scream. But then again, if Boot had been on the foot, they'd have been screaming from other team, wouldn't they? So that's just how it goes, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Maybe Josh Warrington made a mistake by not turning around fully. I don't know. It's open for debate, isn't it, really? Did the team make a mistake in the corner, all standing up and putting the stool down and all? What? Did the referee misread it? Is there a light on the ring aprons like in America when it gets down to the last 10 seconds where it flashes? We all remember that flashing light, don't we, in Julio Cesar Chavez against Meldrick Taylor, don't we? Eh? 2 seconds left and Richard Steele, corrupt Richard Steele. You know, don't you? You know. Well, I don't think we have them lights flashing when it comes to the last 10 seconds in UK. But what we do know is that the bell went, right? Mid count, and then bells are loud. He will have heard that. Everybody will have heard that. So maybe the team and Josh and the referee all huddled together, and maybe it looked like they were accepting that Josh were getting stopped, but it didn't look to me like he wanted to stop or quit. But they had a minute. He got to his feet at 8, hadn't he? Right? They had a minute break. So he's on his feet. So you're thinking, is he going to stop it into? He's on his feet. Let's hope he keeps it going. You've then got another minute. So if we can hope he's going to keep it going, surely Josh sat down on a stool for another minute is going to make it so well we can at least see how it goes for the first 10 seconds, and ref could have stopped it, or Big Sean could have thrown towel, but we weren't allowed that, were we? Which is usually the case on matchroom shows, isn't it? Which people will tell you about, because they'll say, well, Groves got stopped against Frotch, so they did that again. So they'd have to do this one again. But I think this is a bit worse, to be honest, because let's have it right. Groves had not took as much punishment as Josh Warrington in that final flurry. But the reason I think that he should have let it go on now, in hindsight, is the fact that, you know, Warrington didn't have a lot of damage on him up to that point, did he really, in the fight? He was dominating it. He was 5-1 up going into the 7th. He's had a point took off him in the 7th. So he's 5-2 up going into the 7th. So he's got dropped. So he would have been 5-4 up if they'd have left it carry on. He'd have been 1 point up. No. If Josh is 5-1 up and they continue and they're going to continue at 8th round, he's just had a 10-7 round, hasn't he? So he's a point down. No, point up, isn't he? Sorry. He's 5-4 up going into 8th, isn't he? Or a point up going into 8th round. So we've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if Warrington's a point up going into 8th, that's a good fight, isn't it? So as Michael Alexander, has he ruined a good show? Board ruined it yet again. These incompetent refs. I don't know, but we're ready for a change, aren't we, really? These A-star refs have been there milking the milk and honey for years. They need to get gone. We need new staff. That's Howard Foster, Terry O'Connor, Michael Alexander, Victor Laughlin, all of them. They all want gone. All these A-stars, get gone. We want new blood. And that Jeff Heinzen gave his chance. He's served his time, and or is it a closed shop? Or do they feel that certain people wouldn't fit their criteria? Is it such a tight-knit club that only certain people can join? I don't know. But getting back to Ian and John Lewis, I don't think for 1 minute his case is racist, because if he hadn't got kicked off out at board or whatever they've done, if they hadn't got rid of him over that Catrell Taylor card, he'd still be there. He wouldn't be saying a dicky bird about him. He'd be there as an hypocrite, or he'd be putting him in dock, wouldn't he? But no one had ever come about this before. So if he were working with racist people, why did he never complain before? So his is going nowhere. Sour grapes. He'd been incompetent for years as a ref and a judge. Get gone. Right, that's him dealt with. The other one, that bird, I don't understand all that. That's just grabbing at straws and being petty for the sake of it. You can't just pull that card out, the race card out, when it suits. So I don't think her case is going to go anywhere. I think Jeff Hines might have a case. He looks like he's been chipping away at years, and he's ticked every box, but he's been never been given his chance. Whether that's because of race, I don't know. I can't even believe we're even talking about this, but in this day and age. But hey ho, the board have got enough problems on their hands at the moment. They're going to have even more next month or so. Keep watching. All right, keep watching, because I might put my name to that list to stick it to the board. Because let's have it right, it's a cesspit. It's a cesspit. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody. So, hey ho. But no, that Michael Alexander, the referee in the Warrington Wood fight, not my cup of tea. I never liked him anyway after he tried to put moves on Dennis's PA, Michelle. I never liked him after that. But you know what? You're not my cup of tea, you. I'm glad Michelle put him in his place. But then again, that's what she's good at, isn't it, Michelle? You know what I mean? She's heard it all, hasn't she? She's heard every chat up line from the lot. Do you know what I mean? She's had Steffi Bull, Jamie McDonnell, Chris Smedley, all of them of it years sticking it to her. Do you know what I mean? She can take it. But does anybody think Jack Massey against Chris Billum Smith's a good fight? I think it's better than a Coley, me. I do. I do. I think it's better than a Coley. But hey ho, it's I think it's a bit of a strange one, this Wood Warrington. People keep asking, do you think they're going to rematch? Do you think they're going to rematch at super featherweight? I says, rematch? Listen, that's all we've had in the Eddie Earn era, the open era, should I say. That's all we've had rematches for sake of. We've had rematches when there hasn't been cause. This one here's got rematch written all over it, and yet it's all shrouded in mystery. Listen, of course there's going to be a rematch. There'll be a trilogy. There'll be a rematch. Warrington will do Wood at City Ground, and then they'll go for a trilogy at Ellen Road. That's just how they'll work it. Eddie ain't bothered who wins all three of the fights. As long as they fight, they're not bothered. You know, they're coming to the end of the career, so nobody's going to be bothered whatsoever. But yeah, of course I want to see it. We want to see it, but it's a 36-minute fight now. I can understand Josh Warrington thinking, you know, I'm 5-1 up going into the seventh. But if they'd have let him carry on for eight, he'd have only been around it, wouldn't he? So I don't know, but Josh Warrington won up. But then again, that's like saying is it Inter Milan or AC Milan? One of them teams that played Liverpool in Champions League. I think it was AC Milan, wasn't it? Liverpool were losing, weren't they? And they won, didn't they? At end on penalties. It's it's 120 minutes with extra time and penalties. It's not over till it's over, is it? You know, Warrington may have been 5-1 up going into the seventh, but it's a 12-round fight, isn't it? You know, 12-round fight. But hey ho, it's what a good show, and I was impressed, very very impressed. Because let's have it right, for long enough now they've been serving us utter crap, and boxing fans have had enough. Even I've had enough of it now. We're sick of rubbish, sick of it, sick of rubbish. What can you do? So Billy Joe Saunders is saying he's going to let Conor Benn do Eubank at £160, then he's going to finish him off at 168. Billy, you've been 2.5 years out at ring. All you've done is grow a beard and get fat. 2.5 years out at ring. It's 4 years since you beat David Lemieux. 4 years, that's a lifetime in boxing. You need to get a move on. Sick of seeing Billy Joe Saunders on internet. Billy said this, Billy's going to do that. Just get on with it, Billy. We've heard it all before. Pop, pop, bang. Matchroom have actually won a purse bid 36 minutes ago for Marodjan Akmadali and Kevin Gonzalez. Matchroom have won purse bid 120 grand. Is that the 100 WBA title eliminator? Is that the 10th or 11th purse bid that they've won? 36 years. Kent, you'll have to check that out. Check how many purse bids Matchroom had won, because up to a couple of years ago they'd only won 7, Kent. So I don't know if I call him Bolo or Bomac, but he's just been given a 20-month suspended prison sentence because he served a 2-month already, and he flew home on a jet earlier apparently with Crawford. So not bad, eh? Not bad. So has he put anybody in? I don't know. If that had been me, I'd have said, look, I've got a license for it in USA. I'm that used to flying around USA all the time. We've ended up flying here, and I just keep it in my case all the time. I've got a license for it. I never took it out of the case. It's a genuine mistake. Now, if that's happened, he's all right. But I don't know if he's put anybody in to police. He won't know anything about out over here, would he? I think it's just a genuine travel mistake. We all make mistakes all the time, don't we? I've made mistakes when I've come back before with my cigarettes in that I've fetched back for somebody and somebody else's, and sometimes you just forget, don't you? So, but it's over for him now. All them saying you were going to get a five and all that, he's got no. He's gone. That's what happens when you've got money. You've got millions of pounds, or I assume Crawford has. He'll have helped him out, won't he? Because he's flown over to go get him. So if you've got money, you can get off with anything. You can do anything. Listen, I've got pals who've got dough and that. I can assure you, if you've got dough, you get the best lawyers. So if you're on Skid Row, you're going to jail. Ramirez is running about saying he's going to be first Mexican cruiserweight champion. Well, that'll be good. Believe it when I see it. He should stick to his own weight. That's why we have weight divisions, for a reason. Eddie Hill's begging to work with Oscar De La Hoya. There's loads of fights we can put on. What about Munguia versus John Ryder? Eddie, it's a strange day, Eddie, isn't it? When you're begging to work with Oscar De La Hoya, you must be desperate. Pop Zhang, him and his manager Terry Lane, they want to work with Bricktop and extend their deal. That's good news, isn't it, for Bricktop? Working with a big Chinaman. You'll love that, won't you? Get that China money, Macau money or whatever. They're not bothered where they're from now. It's like football teams, isn't it? Years ago. You'd have been all pushed to get foreigners playing for Leeds United, wouldn't you? And Chelsea. But now, it's just how it goes. It's gone cosmopolitan, hasn't it? And that's same with boxing. But yeah. Zhang, do I rate him? He done Joyce twice, hasn't he? And didn't he have bone density 5 times stronger than your average man? I mean, he was going to kill us all in our beds like Godzilla, wasn't it, other week? Joyce. He reminded me of all that David Price chat. You remember that? Well, we were all in awe of David Price, the new Klitschko. Hey, what happened to that? Hey, he's a plumber in Wiston, Liverpool. There you go, plumber. I don't know why Eddie's running around saying Josh Warrington switched off. I don't know what to make of it. Boxing, innit? But if the guy's got up at 8 and Bell's gone and walked back to his stool, I can't understand how the fight's been stopped. When you look at it, when you actually think about it, he's got up at 8. He's all right. Bell's gone, so you back to your corner, don't you? Why couldn't the referee, instead of being a clever clogs, Jobsworth, just say, right, well, we'll see what you like in a minute. And then the evening would have carried on. But there's always a border control employee, isn't there? Always trying to just keep a promoter happy. If they're not trying to keep them happy, they're always trying to keep the snouting and mess something up, aren't they? Let's have it right. Is Michael Alexander going to get sacked for that? Because they sacked Ian John Lewis for incompetence, didn't they? So the Gad's come out and he said it was a great stoppage. And then on flip side at coin, the Gad said he can see Josh Warrington's team's grievance. Well, if he can see the grievance, but he's saying It's a good stoppage. Which is it? Or have you got splinters in your arse again, Gareth A. Davis? I don't know. Maybe you're confused, Gareth. What do you think? Well, maybe if me and you get at it for charity, I'll start knocking smoke at you. You'd be unconfused then, wouldn't you? Hey, prick. Oh, can't give it. Can't turn around to Team Warrington, can you, Gard, and say, look, take it on, Chin, you got stopped. You're on shaky legs. You can say that to everybody else, but when it comes to saying it to Warrington's team, or you're making a statement, you just turn around and you say, well, I can see why they're unhappy. That's like a backhanded compliment. Grow a pair of knackers. Grow a pair. That's all you've got to do. Grow a pair. Not rocket science. Terry Harper, what do I think to that fight? Well, I thought it was very hard to score. I watched it a couple of times now. She obviously fights frightened. She doesn't go on attack. It's like she's just doing enough to get through, isn't she? Really. It's like fencing, isn't it? Look, you can see she's frightened. You've only got to look at photographs from fights. She doesn't like getting hit, does she? But do I see her fighting until she's 42? Well, that's what I'm hearing. She's going to fight until she's 40. That's what they're saying around village. So something must have been said, but I don't know. I don't know. We're going to see, but they're signing more women around here, though. So expect more women in boxing from South Yorkshire. Get ready. Pop, pop, bang. I don't know if Josh Whale and his dad Mick have signed any yet, though. That'll be interesting, won't it? Hey? That'll be very interesting to see. But Michael Conlon against Jordan Gill, what do I think to that? I think it's a good fight, that. I think it's a good fight. I see Michael Conlon winning that one, I think. I think Michael Conlon wins that, but still a good fight. Still a very good fight. But what year do we reckon Bricktop's going to retire? Or do we reckon he's going to be a Bob Arum? What do you think? Hey, what do you think? Do we think it's he's going to see 90 like Arum? Or what? I don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It was nice to see Frotch at that show overnight with his camera. Giving Lee Wood the big up. I think that's good. That's to say the from the same village. I think that's really good. Really good. Really good. It's good for Nottingham anyway, isn't it? Good for Nottingham, but yeah, we'd like to see that fight at City Grant rematch and then trilogy at Ellen Road because it's going to be on. Isn't it? They can't have a fight like that and then not have two more, can they? Eddie won't be able to help himself because he knows that somebody else will nip in and put him on. So Josh Warrington shouldn't worry about the rematch. You just got to sweat it out. But whatever you do, Josh Warrington, don't do a Dominic Kingle. And you, Big Sean O'Hagan. I know you slagged Eddie off last 48 hours, Big Sean, but to put it right, what I don't want you to do, I don't want you to get a paper and pen out and write a song saying, Eddie, Eddie, looking for fast car, Eddie, I'm really sorry, by Sean O'Hagan. Could get Kaiser Chiefs to write it for you, Big Sean. Pop, pop, bang. Hey? Looking for fast car, Eddie. Oh, my God. Hey? Pop, pop, bang. Right. That's about it. That's about it, really. Another fight I'm looking forward to if they can make it. It's Big Freeze versus Juggernaut Joe, or should we say, it's Big Freeze, aka Fat Joe, versus Juggernaut Joe, the artist. Hey, what's all that about? What is all that about, eh? Oh, all right. Go on, peace out. Keep on trucking, keep sporting boxing. Don't have nightmares. Hope you enjoyed the videos. This is video 26 of the month. Yeah, and I think I've just got 3 more to do, haven't I? I think I've got 3 more to stick out. There's this one, and then there's 2 or 3 with Julian to go out. So Should have a good couple of days. That'll be what? 10 days. Listen, 10th of October, there'll be 30 videos out. 3 a day steady, innit? Nice, steady 3 a day. All right. When I get off here, I've got Julian on. Peace out. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment.